Today we continue our series on ecology and conservation with a look at a particular endangered member of the black bear family. 1 in 10 black bears is actually born with a white coat, which is the result of the special gene that surfaces in the field. Local people have named it the spirit bear, and according to the legends of these communities, its nose fur brings with it a special power. Because of this, it has always been highly regarded by them, so much that they do not speak of seeing it to anyone else. It is their way of protecting it when strangers visit the area. The white bear's habitat is quite interesting. The bear's strong relationship with the old-growth rainforest is a complex one. The white bear relies on the huge centuries-old trees in the forest in many ways. For example, the old-growth trees have extremely long roots that help prevent erosion of the soil along the banks of many fish streams. Keeping these banks intact is important because these streams are home to salmon, which are the bear's main food source. In turn, the bear's feeding habits nurture the forest. As the bears eat salmon, they discard the skin and bones in great amounts on the forest floor, which provide vital nutrients. These produce large vegetation that sustains thousands of these types of life forms, from birds to insects and more. Today, the spirit bear lives off the coast of the province of British Columbia, on a few islands. There's a great concern to their survival, since it's estimated that less than 200 of these white bears remain. The best way to protect them is to make every effort to preserve the delicate balance of their forest environment. In other words, their ecosystem. The greatest threat to the bear's existence is the loss of its habitat. Over many years, logging companies have stripped the land by cutting down the large number of trees. In addition, we have built roads which have fractured the areas where the bear usually feed, and many hibernation sites have also been lost. The logging of these trees along the streams has damaged the places where the bears fish. To make matters worse, the number of salmon in those streams is declining because there is no legal limit on fish at the moment. All these influences have a negative impact on the spirit bears, their existence, which is made all the more fragile by the fact that reproduction among these bears has always been disappointingly low. And so, there's the situation going forward. Community organizations, environmental groups, and the British Columbia government are now working together on the problem. The government is now requiring logging companies to adopt a bear logging method, which is a positive step. However, these measures alone may not be sufficient sufficient to ensure a healthy population of the spirit bear in the future. Other steps also need to be taken. While it is important to maintain the spirit bear's habitat, there also needs to be more emphasis on its expansion. The more is justified, as it will also create space for other bears that are losing their homes.